everyone? Matt Anderson here. So I've been asked the question, hey Matt, if you could do the process of buying businesses over again, what would you change? So I thought about that and I thought, hey, might as well make a video, right? And let's share this with other people because it's a common question. I mean, it's even a question I've asked myself, right? So younger, so I served a Christian mission, for 2 years outside the country, and came back, and my mindset changed. When I left, I wanted to be a doctor, right? And or a contractor. So kind of following in some family businesses there. By the time I got home, those weren't even of interest to me, right? I was more business mindset, more entrepreneurial, wanted to start something up, wanted to be my own boss, but not over time finding out that I didn't really want to be my own boss. I wanted to be the boss of the boss, I guess you could say, right? Be the investor. So if anyone's read, Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you have that quadrant there, and we want to be right here. We want to be the investor. We want to invest the money, and then there's other business owners that are managers or CEOs, presidents that are running that business for you, where you can invest in that, but also in multiple businesses, right? So let's get to this. What would I do, right? I'd find a mentor, okay? Easiest way to do that is you can go to Facebook groups. There's a lot of them that are free, where it focuses on business acquisitions, right? And strategic partnerships. And there's a lot of places where it actually just has businesses for sale and people are listing businesses for sale, right? So you kind of get your feet wet there and you'll find other people that are doing the same thing you are. Now, when you're able, because if you really want to do this, you're going to need to put money in one point. When you're able, you're going to spend anywhere from $2,500 to $10,000 to enter into a group. And that group is going to be to learn, right? And they're all going to learn together. Some people here that have made some names in the industry: Roland Fraser, Ace Chapman, Warren Perlard, Jeremy Harbour. He focuses more in the UK, but really anyone, anywhere. People outside the country, these people are in the US, but it's applicable everywhere, right? And depending on where you're at in the US or the UK, Asia, there are different laws for lending and things like that, but money's green, and it's the same everywhere. And so this whole learning and these exercises are applicable wherever you go. So let's say that you break that barrier of entry through payment to get into one of these groups. You have limited access to some of these individuals. Most of them have coaches or a process kind of set out for you. And really it's just to hold you accountable, right? So if you guys have heard of the 80-20 rule, it's a great book, but essentially it's talking about how 4% of a group, usually it's the 4% that actually take action and see results, right? And so how can you cut that learning curve, and how can you make sure that you're within that 4%, right? That's kind of how I think, right? And so to make sure that you are part of this group, don't let this be the end of your training. Let it be another barrier. You're not paying this to get to these people. Yes, you're going to learn a lot and you're going to get in, but when you're in here, there's a lot of experts that have been doing this for a decade or two already, just like these people, sometimes more. They just haven't put their face out there with marketing or advertising, and they join these groups just to network, okay? So if you can spot those individuals, if you can spot and locate those 4%ers within those groups, which there's going to be a handful, depending on how large the groups are, right? You need to approach them about being a mentee to them or having them, some type of mentorship. And so this is what I was able to do, is reach out. And so this was like there's a time limit, right, on these. And it's like, hey, it's a 6-week course or whatever. And then certain things will be shut down. We might still have access, or we cut it off completely. They're all different in what they do. Some of them are pretty good on ongoing access, but really what it is don't limit yourself. What you want to do is you want to make it limitless. Okay? And how you're going to do that is is don't base and have the mentality of these are my sole mentors, but take them, find someone else within the group that has the experience that's this 4%er, and then run with them. Okay, have them help you get over that finish line. Okay, whether you bird dog for them, bring in deals, they're not going to stop everything and do it for you, but it's like, hey, if you can bring them some sort of value, it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't they help you move forward? Because really what we're here to do is, time is our most valuable asset. And if you're able to connect with a 4%er, they usually are up to here in water, and a lot of times they don't have a lot of time. How can you, in one of our previous segments, we talked about time management. How can you help take that off their plate? How can you help create value for those individuals? These are legitimate questions to ask. And if you can create that value, and then you then become indispensable to that individual, not an employee, but a partner, and it's a mentorship that can last a lot longer than a 6-week program, okay? But that barrier of entry to get in there to meet that person is going to be well worth it, because it could be a lifetime of deals, right? That's what I would have done, is I would have done this a lot earlier, and I would have focused that money there. There's a lot of money that I don't want to say wasted, because it's been lessons learned, right? But at the same time that I've thrown in different directions, trying different things that never worked, this works. This is what works for me, right? And so keep this in mind. There's opportunity. There's people there that are willing to help and help out, and we're willing to help also. We can't just take on everyone, but subscribe below. Reach out. I try to connect with everyone personally, whether it's through social media, one of my social media accounts, or through email. Let's talk a little bit about what you have going on, what you want to do, and maybe we can steer you in the right direction, or at least refer some people to you that might be good mentors to help you out, right? Whether this 4%er is going to say, yeah, well, I want to see you have skin in the game, whether that's paying them a little, or seeing what you can do for them in regards to value, right? Giving them more time by taking stuff off their plate. What type of value is that? What can you provide? Because a lot of times the 4%ers are where they are because, and we talked about this in one of the latter segments, but they've learned to say no. Okay? Even to a deal that looks good coming across the table, they've learned to say no if it's outside their circumference, outside their expertise, that circle of expertise. So be mindful when you approach these people. It's the same thing as approaching a business owner to see if they would like to sell or have interest in a strategic partnership. Basically it's saying, hey, can I help bring value to you in trade for a mentorship? What can I do for you to help take time off your hands, right? And being able to maybe not be in the presence of that person because they could be in another state or two away across the nation, right? Or in another continent. But it's like, how can we stay in contact? Can I come to you for questions? Can I come to you for whatever that may look like, right? And so that's what I would do if I were in the shoes of, hey, if I could do a do-over. I've done this. It just took me years going down the wrong road, turning around and going up, going down the wrong road, turning around, going up to get there. But we're there, right? And we've been there and we're rolling and we're on the path we want to be on. Find a mentor, whoever that may be. Great people on my team that definitely can help out. But yeah, here's some good people here. It's about a community of people coming together to help you get to where you need to be. Because if we can help you get to where you need to be, in turn, we're going to accomplish our own goals along the way. So if you have any questions, again, reach out, subscribe below. There's a lot of people that are saying, hey, this is all great and dandy, but I don't have the time. Or I have the money and I just want help finding the leads and I want people to close businesses for me. our team does that also. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions, but this is super doable, and it's not rocket science. It's just smarter. It's thinking smarter. It's not that you're lazy or anything along those lines. You are taking shortcuts. And I don't even want to say shortcuts. You're just taking a more excellent way, right? A better path to get there. And I wish I would have known this, in the beginning when we started. But we're excited where we're at now, and we're moving forward. And so we want to get you guys there too. So feel free to reach out. We'd love to connect. Stay tuned for more videos, and we can help you out with your process any way possible. Have a good one.